Welcome to the A to Z guide on starting a website or blog and making money in 2020 online course. Every single thing you need to know about starting a website in 2020. The introduction to this course starts with selecting and buying a hosting plan and a domain name. And I need to remind you that the two main things you need to do before starting a website or a blog in 2020 is selecting a hosting plan and selecting a domain name. Selecting and buying a hosting plan for your website from a website hosting provider is absolutely required before you can start a website. And once you have selected a hosting plan for the website, you can then select a domain name for the website. So let us now see what is a hosting plan and why you need to buy one. So basically you can think of purchasing a website hosting plan from a website hosting provider as buying a computer to store all of your website's contents and files. This particular computer, which you'll be paying for, will be running 24 hours a day and 7 days a week to make sure that your website will always stay online and will be accessible by anyone from any part of the world at any time of the day. It is also essential to buy a hosting plan for your website, as without it, there will be no way to store all the website's contents and data and access them at any time. So now that we have established that it is necessary to buy a hosting plan for your website, we will now discuss why you need to buy a paid hosting plan when there are always free hosting plans available. So while it is true that you can start a website for free using services like Wix, Weebly, Blogger, or even the WordPress.com website, it is highly recommended that you buy a hosting plan to start a website in 2020. There are several reasons that I recommend you guys to go for a hosting plan instead of starting a website for free. Here are some of the reasons. A paid hosting service offers you complete freedom in designing your website's branding, performance, and even your search engine ranking, while you have very limited freedom if you go for a free hosting plan. You also get better customer support and uptimes with the paid hosting plan, while with a free hosting plan there is very limited or sometimes there is not even customer support available. Also, many essential features like search engine optimization plugins, image compression options, and even a ton of free theme and paid theme options are available if you go for the paid hosting plan, whereas there are no such options available in many of the free hosting plans. The next main thing is that you can actually buy and add a custom domain name to your website, and there won't be any ads included in your hosting plan on your website. Whereas in case of a free hosting plan, you won't have an option to add a custom domain to your website most of the times, and there will also be ads on your website that will be added by a hosting provider in return for providing you the services for free. And the last and the most important point is that when you buy a paid hosting plan, you won't have any restrictions like a limited number of pages that you can add to your website or limited number of traffic you can send to your website. Whereas if you buy a free hosting plan, there will always be some restrictions and limitations in the number of pages you can add or the number of bandwidth you can use in a particular month. So this is the main reason I am asking you to consider buying a paid hosting plan instead of opting out for a free hosting plan. Okay, now that we have established why a paid hosting plan is better than a free hosting plan for your website or blog, let us now take a look into some of the popular web hosting providers and their hosting plans for starting a website. The three most popular website hosting providers currently are Bluehost, SiteGround, and Hostinger. Some of the critical factors you need to consider before you choose a hosting plan from one of these website hosting providers are cost, uptime, customer support, performance, features, ratings, and reviews. Cost, as you might obviously know, is one of the most important factors and an influential factor in helping you choose a website hosting provider. Uptime is basically the percentage of time your website will be live and can be accessible by anyone in the internet. Customer support also, you should be knowing what it is, and performance, if you take that into account, it is depends on a number of factors like how fast the website loads, how well it is ranking in search engines like Google and Yahoo or Bing, and the time it takes for a website to load in mobile devices, tablets, on computers, or any kind of devices basically. And features is the number of features a particular hosting provider offers, like a free SSL certificate, web caching plugins, or one-click installs, customer support and live chats and things like that. And ratings and reviews are obviously an important thing to consider before you select a hosting provider plan, as you might want to select something which has a very good ratings and reviews. So the most crucial factor is the cost to value ratio, as if you're paying for a website hosting provider more money than the value you're getting from them, it is simply not worth it. So to compare the prices from these three website hosting providers, Bluehost costs USD 3.95 a month, and it offers unlimited bandwidth, 50 GB of storage, and a free domain name as well for your website. SiteGround, on the other hand, costs the same amount of money, but they only offer 10 GB of storage, but they have 99.9% uptime. Hostinger, the third option, costs only a 99 US cents a month, and they offer 100 GB of bandwidth and 10 GB of disk space, and also a free SSL certificate for one website. So it all comes to how much you're getting from the website hosting provider for what you're paying. So when looking from that perspective, I would suggest you to go for Hostinger. The reason is that for only 99 cents a month, Hostinger offers you 100 GB of bandwidth and 10 GB of disk space, and they also give you a free SSL certificate for one website. While it is true that Bluehost offers you unlimited bandwidth and more storage and also a free domain name, but if you start with a single website, then Hostinger would be a better option, considering that Bluehost starts at $3.95 a month and Hostinger costs significantly less. SiteGround also costs the same amount of money as Bluehost, but they only offer 10 GB of storage. So you can save a lot of money by choosing Hostinger, which also provides the same amount of storage for a fraction of the price. So after a detailed analysis of the features, cost, reviews, ratings, and other factors for these three most popular website hosting providers, we have concluded that Hostinger would be a great option, especially for beginners, as it is cost friendly and also has all the features you need and also a good customer support service. Now, I will show you how you can select and buy a hosting plan for your website with step-by-step instructions. Now I will show you how you can select and buy a hosting plan for your website with step-by-step instructions. As mentioned already, we will be using Hostinger for this demonstration and building a WordPress website throughout this entire course. The first thing you need to do is visit the hostinger.com website from your web browser. From here, scroll down on the home page and you can find their different plans and features and their costs listed. Select the single shared hosting 99 cents a month plan from here and click the Add to Cart button. You can also go through the list of features and compare them with other plans if you want. So once you click on the Add to Cart button, you will be taken to the next page. In this page, you need to create a new account either by using your existing email, or you can also use your Facebook or Google account to sign in automatically. Once you have signed into your account, now select a payment method from the available options and then enter your payment details and submit the payment to proceed. Now that you have successfully purchased the hosting plan, it is time to buy a domain name for your website. A domain name is a name you want to keep for your website with .com at the end, like google.com or youtube.com. There are a few things you need to consider before selecting a domain name for your website. The first main point is that the name should be relevant to the niche or the topic of your website. For example, if you are going to start a website about technology or tech-related products like smartphones or laptops, then you should select a keyword or a name that is matching any of those related categories or products. And it is also recommended that you add a popular keyword to your domain name if possible. For example, if you are starting a review website, then it is recommended that you can include the word review in the name of your domain name of your website. And the name should be short and brandable, and it is also necessary that it should be easy to type and pronounce, so that when people are visiting a website or when they're sharing it, people would find it easy to type it in the address bar of the browser and visit your website easily. And the most important point is that the website name should not be used by anyone else, or else you won't be able to purchase the domain name or register your website under that name. So if you're struggling to choose a niche or a topic for your blog or a website, then here are some tips to help you in the process. First, make sure that you choose a niche or topic that you're passionate about. This way, you can make sure that you would never get bored writing about that particular topic on your website, and you would always find some or the other topic to write about. Also, make sure that you have a significant knowledge of the topic you're going to write about. This is very important because this ensures that you have some value to provide to your users and visitors. Next, check if the topic or the niche you have selected for your website has an established audience. This will make sure that you will have sufficient visitors to visit your website once your website is live and you have started to post content on your website. Also, you should select a niche that is both profitable and also has a little to less competition. This is because if there is a lot of competition already in the particular niche you are selecting, then it might be very hard for you to be profitable and to get visitors to your website. You can also go to Google and search for niche and blog topic ideas to get a topic or a blog idea if you are unsure on what to blog about or what to start a website about. So, and make sure that you select a particular topic where you can think that you can get a lot of content ideas for that particular topic. This will ensure that you will not run out of ideas anytime soon. So if you're having trouble finding a domain name or coming up with a name for your website, there are a lot of tools online that can be used to help you come up with a name for your website. All these tools are free and you can use it online, and they will suggest you with a domain name that you can select and use for your website. Here is how you can use a domain name generator tool to get domain name suggestions for your website. First, visit a tool mentioned in the list and now enter the keywords that will be relevant to your niche or topic. For example, if you are going to start a website or a blog about tech reviews for smartphones, laptops or something like that, just enter keywords like tech review. And then in the next step, select short names and medium names so that you want your domain name to be as short as possible, and then click on next and then select the option brandable name so that your domain name would also look like a brand. So, and then click on generate. Now this domain name generator tool will use a combination of AI and popular suggestions to give you domain name suggestions for your website. You can then select any name from this and check if it is available and then register that particular domain name for your website. To register a domain name for your website, first go to hpanel.hostengine.com from your web browser. From here, click on Domains in the top of the website. On the next page, select Get a New Domain option from the left menu bar. You will then be redirected to the domain name checker page for the Hostinger website. Here, search for whatever domain name you have selected for your website. The domain checker tool will now tell you whether the domain name you have selected is available for purchase or not. If a domain name you selected is not available, then try a different one until you find one available and then hit add to cart and enter your payment details to purchase. Once you have added the domain name to your hosting, the next step is to install WordPress on your website.